Do you think that classic rock has a classical symphonic type of bass? Do you agree or disagree?
Yeah, I would agree wholly that without a blues underpinning, to all of rock, that really is that's the departure point. Blues, very American-based influences, I think, started rock. Okay, but the introduction of outside influences, so whether they be jazz or boogie woogie, which is kind of blues-based, and particularly classical music, those are important elements that kind of found their way in, and I would say mostly I would say in the mid '60s, classical music began to make its first little foray into really having a strong influence on it, and from there it grew with. I started noticing piano players like Nicky Hopkins on the Rolling Stones album where he played Satanic Majesty's Request, where he played that very classical opening to She's a Rainbow. That's where I started to hear, that's very Bach-like, and started to really notice that classical music was having a deeper and deeper impact on what rock musicians were writing. And by the time I decided to put my guitar down and switch to piano, we were in the beginning of the '70s when Elton John and Rick Wakeman and Keith Emerson and Freddie Mercury, there's 4 keyboard players there, that all of whom were classically trained and to some degree, and allowed that to entirely impact their writing and their style, and from there, it got deeper and deeper for me. And I wouldn't disagree that the classical side of it probably came more from Europe, initially, or came from England.
Still believe in the power of rock and roll music.
Hey, thanks for watching. My name is Daniel Sarkisian. I'm an independent filmmaker from Toronto.
I hate that guitar, but I can play that in one scale.
Don't you dare laugh.
I try to embrace the rock and roll spirit in the sense of I do everything self-funded and independently made with no oversight. As such, I really appreciate your time. Thank you for watching.